You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
It's always a big match feel at Worthen Arena, but especially tonight. The number 11 Purdue Boilermakers, they come to town. But Kelli Phillips and her Ball State Cardinals, they look to spoil Dave Shondell's homecoming. Good evening, folks. I'm Roen Elbert, joined by LJ Shrieve. LJ, such a big matchup on a Friday night. Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
That's exactly right, Roen. Nowhere else I'd rather be. A big one might even be an understatement, Roen. This Purdue squad is filled with talent in Ball State, coming off a long match yesterday against Cincinnati. They are ready to resurge and get back at it here tonight against the Boilermakers.
And you mentioned that Cincinnati matchup, a 4-6 record for Ball State after that loss to Cincinnati, but a 5-setter against a really solid team in the Big 12. What were your big takeaways?
Yeah, it was a really competitive game. Now, if you break it down set by set, you go back to set number 4 because the Cardinals were leading. They had won 2 out of the first 3, and then set number 4, they had a couple opportunities to take it, but the Bearcats just would not allow it. It went into overtime, and the Bearcats handled business and forced a 5th set where the momentum was all on their side. They took care of business and got out of there with a 5-set match win against the home Cardinals. I'm curious to see if that long match plays into today. Any fatigue from the Cardinals, or if they come out hot and ready?
It certainly could, but especially from one player that seemed to be doing it all yesterday for Ball State. And of course, it's sophomore Carson Tyler. Man, 28 kills. That's a new career high for her. And I just mentioned it, and it's still jarring to me. Only a sophomore. Just how does she do this, LJ?
Oh my gosh, Roen, I'm not sure if I can explain how she does it because she's all over the place. The Cardinals utilize her to their absolute best ability. They find her in the back row. They make sure she gets involved on the right and left side of the net. She was swinging her arm off yesterday. I'm curious to see if that's affecting her today. Does she play a little less, or does she just play the whole game like she usually does? How much will she be utilized tonight for the Cardinals? I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
And speaking of, the Ball State Cardinals have just run out of the tunnel with a flurry of smoke behind them. Let's talk about their opposition. The Purdue Boilermakers, 7-1 on the season, ranked number 11 in the country. This team, led by head coach Dave Shondell, is unreal. Just through these first few matches of the season, what has been your takeaway of this Purdue team?
Well, obviously, there's a lot of power on their team, but then if you go ahead and look at it, Purdue has outblocked opponents 25.5 to 15 in their recent non-conference games, and I'm going to be curious to see if they continue that. That's something that the Cardinals did not necessarily do yesterday, was get a whole lot of blocks, but that's something that the Boilermakers are very, very good at. So, will the Boilermakers be able to continue that and just completely outperform the Cardinals here on the road tonight? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, a lot of star power, a phenomenal head coach who knows how to win volleyball games. It'll be an interesting one. You said it. It's his homecoming. How will his team perform? We'll have to wait and see.
And we know there is one player for Purdue, at least, that seems to always rise to the occasion. That's sophomore libero Ryan McLear. And yeah, I mentioned it, only a sophomore yet again. Ryan McLear, another insane season she's having. Over 3.5 digs per set, 121 digs through 8 matches. McLear, we're talking about a player that only as a sophomore, I think you can make the argument, could be the best libero in the country.
Roen, she's definitely up there, and that's not a bold take by any means or a hot one. She's a phenomenal player. I'm curious to see how she plays today. A lot of slide action from the Cardinals yesterday, so how will she react to that? It'll be interesting. But yeah, she is definitely one of the best, and like you said, only a sophomore, plenty of years ahead of her.
And I had the honor and the privilege before today's match to catch up with head coach of the Purdue Boilermakers, Dave Shondell. He gave some great insights. Let's take a listen. All right, Coach, this is an interesting matchup for your team, especially for you going up against one of your former players on the other side in Kelli Phillips. What has that been like for you?
Well, not as much as with Kelli. I mean, I got great respect for Kelli, and we know that her team is going to be very, very well prepared to play, and that this match will mean a lot to, I think, them and certainly to Kelli. But just coming back to Ball State has brought back a lot of memories. I mean, I grew up, I was 1 year old, and my dad moved here to take over a role at Ball State, and I was 45 when I moved out. So I've been here for a long time and got a chance to kind of go out on a couple runs while I was here and see the campus and see some other places. So it's brought back a lot of unbelievable memories.
What's the preparation like, though, compared to, like, earlier you played number 15 Kansas, and now you're going up against a MAC opponent? How does that differ?
Well, preparation is every bit as intense. We know that this team is going to know us very, very well. They've lost back-to-back 5-set matches, so they're going to be just chomping at the bit to beat somebody, okay? And I've told our team already, we're going to get the very best shot that this team has. And if we don't come out ready to play, then we're going to get beat. It's just a simple proposition. But the preparation's the same. We watch a lot of tape. We go through practice, and we try to simulate what we think we're going to see across the net. We try to do the best we can to find hitters that are going to look like they're 2 left side hitters and one that's going to look like they're a couple of the really good middles, and then make sure that we're ready to put a game plan together that's going to slow them down, and hopefully we'll be able to do that.
And being back home in Muncie, though, so far since you've been here, has there been anything you've seen that's kind of brought back memories?
Oh, everything I see brings back memories, to be honest. But I've been really impressed. You know, we stayed downtown at the Courtyard Marriott. The downtown area looks great. You know, all you hear sometimes when you move away is, things have gone to hell in a handbasket, you know. But they really have not. They really have not. First of all, Ball State's one of the most beautiful campuses you're ever going to find. It's a great university, one I have so much, respect for. But I just think the whole city looks fine. I didn't go out and survey everything, you know. But every city's got its bright sides, and every city's got problems. But I really thought the downtown area was really, really nice. And, this city means so much to me. I hope that it will have a resurgence and things will continue to pick up.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Great stuff from head coach Dave Shondell of the Purdue Boilermakers. And he said it, this Muncie town, it just keeps getting better and better.
Roen, you're exactly right. I loved him talking about what he sees in the city and him, not only what he sees, but what he is reminiscing on and the memories that are being brought back, the positivity that he spoke, not only about the city, but the campus, and how beautiful it is and how well they've done to make it a very pretty campus. And so it was very good to hear from the head Boilermaker.
Yeah, and with Shondell, I mean, this guy has a lot of history. For one, he's the son of Dr. Don Shondell, a Ball State legend. He got his start in coaching in the 80s for Ball State men's volleyball as an assistant. Ended up coaching high school at Muncie Central. Had a great run. He got hired by Purdue a little over 23 years ago, and the rest is kind of history. Worked for Club Munciana, one of the best volleyball programs really in the nation, and that's due in large part to head coach Dave Shondell. This is a homecoming, the first time he's been at Warden since 2008. But then you got Kelli Miller Phillips, who in that 2008 matchup was a Purdue Boilermaker. Now she is the head coach of the Ball State Cardinals. What do you think the emotions are like?
Oh, I think she's just excited to have the team that she used to play for here and where she's now at. It's an exciting time for both coaches, and it'll be a good game.
We'll be right back with more Ball State volleyball.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to our conditioning, our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle. You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
You heard it right there. USA chants after that beautiful national anthem. Now it's time to introduce the lineups for both teams. But before we get into that, between the Ball State Cardinals and Purdue Boilermakers, LJ, what are your keys to the match?
Well, Roen, a key is obviously going to be for the Cardinals. They need to score and score fast here in set number one. You don't want to get behind against a team like the Boilermakers. When their offense is clicking, watch out, because their defense is like no other in the country. And then for the Boilermakers, I mean, you can almost go the opposite. As long as they're able to score and play their pace of the game, Ball State doesn't speed them up or slow them down. I think they're going to come in here with a lot of confidence. I'm curious to see how deep that lineup goes for the Boilermakers today.
Yeah, it is interesting because they just announced on the PA that a starter for them today, Bianca Lulich. Bianca Lulich is someone who hasn't played all season, and Coach Shondell was even saying it earlier this week on a podcast. He was saying, we're going to try and get her some playing time this weekend, whether it be against Ball State or against IU Indy on Sunday, which will be played at Mackey Arena. Well, we got our answer. It'll be right here at Worthen Arena. As the Ball State Cardinals are being introduced. It's such a great crowd on hand for a Friday night. Kind of what you'd expect for such a great in-state matchup that you just don't see every day.
Yeah, Roen, you said it. It is a phenomenal crowd here in Muncie, Indiana. A lot of younger kids, whether it's volleyball teams from around the city of Muncie or it's grandparents that live around here, parents, family members, students, fans, all of the above. It's a very good atmosphere here on a Friday night.
Yeah, and like we were talking about earlier, Kelli Miller Phillips, she's going up against her former coach in Dave Shondell. What do you think's going through her head right now?
Well, I think she's just more focused on her and her squad. I'm curious to see how she comes out, what the team looks like, especially after that long match yesterday. I'm not so sure that right now, as the starters are being listed, I don't think she's too worried about what's going on the other side of the court.
Oh, yeah, and Dave Shondell said the same thing in the interview. He's like, I'm not really concerned about Kelli in that sense. He said it's good to see her, but at the same time, it's all business. And, again, he prepares like Ball State like he would any other opponent, which I find really nice, especially considering he's played some 3 ranked opponents, including some top 10 teams like Kansas and SMU. And not only that, he's got 7 ranked opponents left on the docket, including #1 Nebraska in a few weeks.
Yeah, that was very cool for him to explain the process that he goes through when preparing for whether it be a MAC opponent or whether it be the number 15 or number 10 team in the country, Kansas or SMU, teams that they both took down. The Boilermakers look really good coming into this one. The Cardinals, as he said, 2 5-set losses in a row. Will they bounce back in a way that not many expect?
The Purdue Boilermakers are wearing their black uniforms, the gold lettering. The Ball State Cardinals wearing their white uniforms, the black shorts, black lettering on the numbers, red lettering, however, on the Ball State and on the name behind their jerseys. Such a great night for volleyball. Just getting ready to get started. The Ball State Cardinals lineup, we'll go over it very quickly. At setter, you got Lindsey Green, Sophie Ledbetter at libero, Gwen Krull, the middle hitter, Cameron Wise also in the middle, Riley Whitlock playing opposite, Carson Tyler, an outside hitter, and then also your other outside, Noelle Van Ort, the transfer from Indiana Tech. As we are just getting ready to get started, the big takeaway is Bianca Lulich, who was starting the game for Purdue. She goes to the bench to start, but there is no doubt about it. We will see her in this matchup for the first time this season for the Boilermakers.
Yeah, Roen, I think you're exactly right. You will definitely see her tonight. Obviously, some substitutions to start the game, but it will be very interesting to see how deep they really go.
Yeah, they go with Julia Kane in to start the matchup, a defensive specialist. Lindsey Green will serve it away for Ball State. She has 13 service aces on the year, which leads the Cardinals. Green on the right side of the floor. She serves it up, and we are underway. Purdue, the bump to Sara, the setup, near side, the spike, a tap is collected by Tyler. Green, the setup. Wise, the spike, unable to go down. Purdue, far side, Heaney gets down. Grace Heaney, the first kill, and it's 1-0 Purdue to open this one.
A lot of power off that swing from Heaney. The Cardinals just too slow to react. The Boilermakers get off to a hot 1-0 start.
Serving it away for Purdue, it'll be Kenna Woolard, a junior outside hitter, having quite the season, a breakout. Goes across with it, it's collected by Tyler. Goes back over on the serve and gets down. How about that? A miscommunication for Purdue to tie it at 1. So here we go, Noelle Van Oort. She'll serve it up for Ball State, going left to right. Here's the setup. The serve, middle, Heaney with a spike. It's popped up into the crowd, and it'll be out on the Cardinals for a Purdue point.
That's such a tough one to recover from. I mean, that much power and that amount of speed coming down at you, really tough to be in control there.
It really is. Now you got Ryan McLear, the libero. Across right to left, they move. Tyler Ledbetter, spike up top. Sneaks in on the back line for Carson Tyler. How about that? 2-2 here in set number 1.
The accuracy on that swing is just phenomenal from Tyler. What a spot.
Ledbetter, across she goes. Again, going left to right. The serve in reverse. Heaney gets down past Ledbetter. Tried to do all she could, down on 2 knees, unable to get there. It's 3-2 Purdue in the first set.
Heaney looks real nice to start this one, and she's swinging with a lot of confidence.
She'll serve it across, the redshirt sophomore who did not play last season. Barely got some time in the spring, but here she is, killing it. The touch, Green in reverse, Cruel to tap. No good though. Purdue with a spike from Lulich, her first shot at it. However, they rule it dead right there on the spot. The question is, who will the point go to? And it looks like it goes to Purdue on that.
Or are they just replaying that one?
I think they are just replaying that after further inspection. So it'll be 3-2. Heaney, here we go. There's one touch. Green tries to go across. Tyler with a tap. It's collected by Woolard. Near side, big spike. And Ball State has it short of the net, so they get the point. It was Ashika Anderson for the Boilermakers who just couldn't quite get it there.
I'm not sure if you saw the celebration along the Ball State bench, Roen, but they got real creative. The warm-up bands that they used, they threw around some of the players and looked like there were some dogs out there.
Hey, you gotta love the bench celebrations. Across, it's tabling for Ball State. There's the touch. The spike gets in for Woolard on the back line for Purdue. That's Kenna Woolard right there to make it 4-3 in favor of the Boilermakers. Over 4 kills per set for her this season. A breakout season for the Illinois native. Julia Kane, across she goes. Tabling dives for it, could be a service ace. The third touch is a free ball from Ledbetter. The setup and the spike from Lulich for Purdue on the far side. How about that? Welcome to West Lafayette, Bianca Lulich. 5-3 Purdue score. I guess Muncie, but hey, still a nice introduction in her first match as a Boilermaker. Now Kane. The touch from Cruel. Now Green, far side, Tyler the spike off of deflection, Purdue has it. The setup from Anderson, near side, off of tabling and out of play. That will go down as yet another kill for Kenna Woolard. Purdue now doubling up on Ball State 6-3.
They are swinging that tabling left and right. Each side of the net, they are hitting it her way.
There's the serve across. Cruel, the give to Green. The slam on the near side from Cruel, and it's bounced back towards her from Kenna Woolard. That's her 12th block on the season, and it's 7-3 Boilermakers.
Yeah, they are off to a hot start. Like we talked about in the pregame, if their offense is rolling, watch out.
Tabling on a knee to get it. Green in reverse. The far side, Tyler. Too much mustard on that one. Out of play on the back line. Goes to Purdue. 8-3 our score in the first set in favor of the Boilermakers. Julia Kane once again will serve it across for Purdue. Right to left they move. Tabling, now Green, near side Cruel with an opportunity, couldn't quite get there. Anderson with one touch. The second touch from Woolard gets through on the backside. Purdue another point. Kenna Woolard on fire for her third kill in the first set. And a timeout called by the Ball State Cardinals. And that'll take us to a quick commercial break here in set number 1. The Boilermakers with a 9-3 advantage. You're listening to Ball State Volleyball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
From trivia night at Brothers and Tater Tots at Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
We return with more action from Worthen Arena as the Ball State Cardinals take on the Purdue Boilermakers. Your current score 9-3 in favor of the team from Lafayette in the first set. So LJ, at this point, Kenna Woolard, she's been unstoppable for Purdue. 4 kills. How do you even attempt to contain her?
Roen, I don't know. You're asking me questions that Kelli Phillips is trying to figure out herself. So I guess we'll wait and see, but you're exactly right. She has looked unstoppable. They're finding several different ways to get her involved.
Now tabling the first touch. Green, the far side. Tyler with a spike. Almost looking for her first kill there. Couldn't quite get it. It's free ball over the Ball State. Gruel with the touch. Anderson, the setup. The near side tap from Woolard. Goes out of play, but it's ricocheted off a Cardinal on the near side. So it goes to Purdue. 10-3 our score now. Kane once again to serve it across. It's a light tap, barely goes over the net. Green across court, back behind to Van Oort. Off a touch, goes to Ball State. It was out of play on the back line, went off of a Boilermaker to make it 10-4.
Van Oort with a nice swing there. I saw a little bit of that yesterday in the Cincinnati match. She had some moments where she needed to step up, and she did. Looks really good in her first swing here tonight.
Anderson across for Purdue. How about that? The setter, Taylor Anderson. She's gotten so much praise over the last couple of weeks from her head coach, Dave Shondell. He said it. She is a stud setter that can pretty much do it all. But to serve it across now, Rachel Williams, a player who hasn't gotten maybe the playing time she wants. That changes today. A redshirt sophomore for the Boilermakers going right to left. There's the tap, tabling one touch. Green. Here's the third from Tyler. It's collected by Williams. Woolard, she touches the antenna. That goes to Ball State. It's 11-5 now in favor of Purdue. Gwen Kroll, she'll serve it away, the former Bowling Green Falcon in her second season as a Ball State Cardinal. With the red arm sleeve on the way. Just over the net it goes. Anderson is set up in reverse. Dior Charles looking for it. Did she get it? No, it's too long. Goes to Ball State.
Cardinals, 2 points in a row.
And now another timeout called, but this time just both teams taking a matter to, and it's under review. That's the official ruling. This is interesting. We can't see anything up here because they're not going to show it on the Jumbotron. But as it stands, it's 11-6 Purdue here in this first set. LJ, what are your biggest takeaways of Ball State?
Well, right there, before this under the timeout to go under review, the Cardinals had scored back-to-back times, which maybe has happened one other time so far in set number 1. So just the momentum that they've gathered over the last couple minutes is something huge. You saw a nice big swing from Van Aert. Obviously, Carson Tyler's going to have a nice swing on her. And so in order to continue that, I think you have to just go back to them. You can't, the slide action has not been working. Purdue's all over it defensively. The only way that the Ball State offense has been clicking has been through the powerful hits that have just gone off the defender's arms the wrong way, and then they're unable to get back at it. So I do think it'll be interesting to see if they continue with heavy power.
Is overturned on the call. Purdue does get the point, make it 12-5 in favor of the Boilermakers. That will go down as a kill for Dior Charles, the junior. She had surgery this offseason, back at it looking very strong. It'll be Taylor Anderson, the setter for Purdue, to send it across right to left. First touch from Wise for Ball State. Now Green to the far side. The tap, no good, but back to Ball State on a free ball. Green in reverse. Cameron Wise with a spike and down. She cuts the Purdue lead in half, 12-6.
That one was gifted to the Cardinals as that first swing sailed and was headed out of bounds. But the Boilermakers kept that one alive, sent it over, and the Cardinals take advantage.
Lindsey Green the other way. Anderson, the setup, the spike from Heaney. Ledbetter digs it up. Far side, here's an attempt, gets down for Ball State. That time it's Van Aert.
Yeah, that all started right there from Ledbetter, getting underneath the ball, moving her feet, stepping up, and making a play.
Anderson in reverse. Jordan, it's blocked up front by Van Aert. Back to the Boilermakers. Here's the third touch near side. Woolard out of play. Will go off a Cardinal. It does on the back line. So now make that in favor of Purdue, 13-7. Just in this first set, Kenna Woolard, the serve of the cross. 9 service aces on the season for the junior. Woolard moves it across. Goes too long, and it goes to Ball State. A service error that time for Woolard. 13-8 our score, still in Purdue's favor. Van Aert, they move across. Anderson goes in reverse to Heaney. Big attack and down. Grace Heaney, yet another kill. She's been on fire for Purdue. Make it 14-8 in favor. That's her third kill right there of the day. McAleer. Too long again, another service error. 2 out of the last 3 possessions have gone to the Cardinals off of errors. It continues right there. It's 14-9 in favor of the Boilermakers. Now Ledbetter across for Ball State, left to right. The second touch from Anderson to the near side, and a spike that's collected and dug up by Van Aert. Cruel with a big time up the middle, spiking down. 14-10, Ball State's able to get it there.
They're really figuring something out offensively, Roen, and it's not just one thing, it's a handful of things that are clicking.
The bump from Anderson to Heaney on the far side, blocked up by Carson Tyler, but it goes out of bounds on the far side to Purdue. The point goes with a 15-10 lead for them. Carson Tyler was looking for her 16th block of the year, couldn't quite get a hold of it, however. Grace Heaney with the left hand across. First touch, Tyler. Too long on it. Lulich dug up by Ledbetter. The near side, Whitlock. It's a stone wall at the net. Ball State back in possession, however. Far side, Tyler with the tap over. Collected by Heaney. Cruel with the tap over for the Cardinals and in off the touch. How about that? They cut it down to 4.
Real sloppy volleyball there, but nevertheless, the Cardinals take advantage and score off of it. That one was all over the place.
Elizabeth Tabling. And a 15-11 Purdue lead in the first set. She serves it for Ball State. Anderson back behind. Anderson with the touch. Far side on the back line. It's too much. Ball State with the point. They cut it down to 3. How about that? The Cardinals giving their Big Ten foe a fight so far in the first set. Tabling yet again. They go across the timeline. Anderson back behind Woolard. Once again, too much on the back line. Ball State has cut it down to 2 in the first set, 15-13, and Dave Shondell wants to chat about this. Man, the Ball State Cardinals come in storming, and they're giving Purdue a fight.
A fight? I mean, it was all Purdue. It was all Purdue to start off, and then don't blink because the Cardinals found something that's been working. They have been very good offensively, and then also defensively, just stepping up and making plays. I saw a lot yesterday in the Cincinnati match. There'd be balls that were just a tad bit short, and so the back row wasn't moving their feet, getting underneath the ball, and they have definitely been doing that today. They have been getting underneath the ball, making plays. The back row's keeping the possession alive. And then from there, all you have to do is find Van Ort or Tyler, and they're going to do the rest for you. The Boilermakers really struggling right now.
Ball State's on a 5-1 run right now. And I think it's due in large part to that last timeout from Kelli Miller-Phillips. What do you think she was saying to her players?
I think all you can say in a moment like that is just give them the confidence they need. There's a little bit of coaching in that huddle, but mainly I think it's a lot of confidence boosting going on.
Yeah, certainly the confidence there. At least it seems like Ball State playing with a lot of confidence, a lot of moxie, a lot of swagger at the moment. It's 15-13 right now in favor of Purdue. But Elizabeth Tabling will serve it across for Ball State. The sophomore, defensive specialist for the Cardinals. Left to right they move, and we're underway yet again off of the timeout. At the net, Anderson to the near side. The attack far too long, but it goes off of a Cardinal at the net. The deflection goes to Purdue. It's now 16-13 in favor of them in the first set.
Coming out of the timeout and getting a point is something extremely important after you've called a timeout, just to reset the momentum.
Tabling, Green, Cruel, collected that time by Heaney. Near side, the tap from Woolard. Tabling tried to dive for it, couldn't quite get it. 17-13 now, another kill for Kenna Woolard.
Woolard didn't even have a swing there. She just had her arm straight up and used her wrist to knock that one over, placed it beautifully in the Cardinals. Back row, unable to scoot up and get underneath it.
Her 7th kill right there. Tabling, Green to the far side, they push. Tyler with the spike, not enough. To the near side they work. Woolard again on the back line, it sneaks in. That's the 8th kill for Kenna Woolard. And just like that, out of the timeout, Purdue's on a 3-0 run. Kane goes across right to left for Purdue. Cruel, the give to Green. To the far side, the push for Tyler. It's deflected at the net. Purdue resets with Anderson. Heaney climbs the ladder off of Ledbetter for Ball State to dig it up. The third touch, it's Cruel with a free ball over on Purdue's side. Anderson, the setup. Lulich couldn't get it that time. Near side, Ball State Green, the second touch. Van Ort, back line, it gets in. Noelle Van Ort makes it 18-14 in favor of Purdue. How about that, the former Indiana Tech Raider?
That was a phenomenal spot right there. The Boilermakers could not get to that one.
Anderson back behind. Heaney with a quick tap. Tried to get the Cardinals sleeping. Third touch from Carson Tyler. Anderson to the near side. Big spike past Van Ort. Near side out of bounds line. Goes to Ball State. Just out of play.
And it looks like some discussion between the official.
I think we might see another review, and that's exactly what we are going to see. It's 18-15 Purdue as it stands right now. However, that could change. Purdue was successful in their last review attempt. Dave Shondell, I mean, he's just one step ahead. I mean, just from hearing him in podcasts, he has his own podcast, Dig City, with Purdue Media. And also just talking to him today, this is a guy, he keeps tabs on everything. You were talking about it earlier, LJ. Maybe like Ball State's slide attack wasn't working. I think that's due in large part because Dave Shondell was watching yesterday. He said in an interview that at night, if Purdue doesn't have a game, he's got 5 screens up at home, just volleyball, watching teams across the country, and I think that benefits this Purdue team, a coach that really has tabs on everything.
Yeah, he's ahead of the game, and that, I think, is a big reason for that is because he's been around the game for so long, Roen. He knows the game, he understands the game, and he loves it. He's passionate about the game of volleyball. And so you're not going to be the head coach of Purdue if you don't know what's going on with your opponent. So nothing less that I expect from Coach Dave Shondell. Curious to see. They're really taking their time with this review.
Yeah, I know. That's the question. Did it go out of bounds on that near side? I couldn't tell you. LJ, what did you see on that? Do you think that's tucked in?
Roen, I hate to break it to you and the listeners, but I do not have slow motion replay in my head. So did I watch what happened? Yeah, but I can't give you much more insight than that.
I think that just goes to show how great these players are. Just so fast-paced that, like, if you blink, you're going to miss something. And they're still reviewing this. They come away with it. Let's see what the official call is. And the point goes to Purdue. They overturn it. Man, Dave Shondell, 2 for 2 on challenges. Now the redshirt sophomore, Rachel Williams from West Lafayette. She'll serve it up across. Didn't play last season, getting her first taste of Big Ten action. Going right to left. Here we go. Tabling to Green in reverse. Back behind with Tyler. It's deflected at the net by Charles. Anderson, the push. The near side tap from Woolard. It's projected back. Woolard again, another try. Misses it all on the setup from Anderson. Couldn't get a hand on it. Ball State the point, making it 19-15.
I'm impressed that the Cardinals were able to turn that possession around and score off that. It looked like when that serve was headed Tabling's way and the pass was a little wonky, I did not think they were going to end up with that one.
Anderson to the near side. Woolard rejected at the net. Out of play. Tabling tried to save it. 4 balls stayed on the Terraflex. Sliding to get it. Couldn't do it. 20-15 Purdue leads in the first set.
Woolard up to 10 kills on the night. A hot start in set number 1.
Man. Anderson to serve across. Lindsey Green back behind Carson Tyler. Near side, it goes to Purdue. However, it was out of bounds on that near side. Make it 21-15. Carson Tyler only 3 kills so far, especially compared to the 28 she had yesterday against Cincinnati. Van Noort has the first touch. Green back to Van Noort on the far side, rejected by Heaney. Purdue, the setup. Heaney with the left hand, stonewalled by Wise. Back behind, they work another try with Heaney. Ricochets off the net and goes through. Somehow gets down, ricochets off the top, and it's 22-15 Purdue. And another timeout called before the end of this first set by Kelli Miller-Phillips of the Cardinals. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break. Current score, Purdue leading 22-15 over Ball State. You're listening to SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State Sports Link and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the corner of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or you can just visit victorymuncie.com. Purdue with a 22-15 lead over Ball State in the first set. They serve it across right to left with Taylor Anderson, their setter. Wearing all black with the gold lettering. Here we go. Tabling the first touch. Green in reverse to the near side. Wise. She's stonewalled at the net. Ball State back with it. Van Oort a quick touch. Gets it back. Woolard with the touch. Heaney up top. Ball State with it. Now Green looking for Wise. Couldn't get there. Tyler with a big attack. Unable to do so. Near side working it. Ball State gets the point. It was out of play for Purdue. 16-22 now. Purdue with the lead, but the Cardinals inching closer in the first set.
A really hard fought point right there for the Cardinals. A lot of big arms.
Kane the first touch. Anderson the heave. The near side attack on the near sideline goes off of a Cardinal and out of play. Off the leg, it looks like to be Lindsey Green. 23-16 Boilermakers.
Wrong spot, wrong time for Lindsey Green. Her foot was just sticking right along the line, and that ball went soaring off and to her right into the fans.
And that's just nothing that you can really prepare for as a coach. Purdue, they go to Sienna Foster, another player we haven't really seen get the playing time this year, a redshirt freshman. On the right end of the court, she serves. Tyler, one touch. Green to the middle of the court. Whitlock. It's touched by Anderson, digging it up. To the near side, Akasha Anderson. Ledbetter, what a dig on the far side. Back behind Tyler, quick touch and down for her fourth kill. 17 points for Ball State compared to Purdue's 23 in the first set, and Carson Tyler getting it done.
Carson Tyler finished it, but that was all Sophie Ledbetter right there, keeping that play alive. A phenomenal dig for the sophomore.
Now Ball State going left to right, Van Oort. Anderson up top, Charles. Ledbetter tried to do it again, unfortunately couldn't get there. 24-17. This will be set point for Purdue.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get to.
Ooh, how about this? The niece of Dave Shondell, Allie Shondell, getting her first minutes of the season. He previewed this week. He said, I feel bad for not giving my niece minutes, but that's going to change this weekend. First touch for the Cardinals, now Green. Wise with the touch far side, it goes too long, and Purdue wins set number one with a score of 25-17. LJ, what were your takeaways?
Well, it looked like the Cardinals were sneaking back into set number one, putting up a real competitive fight. But when you're playing the 11th best team in the country, and arguably better than that, it's going to be tough to continue to put up that fight. The Boilermakers really took things over after that second timeout that Dave Shondell took middle of set number one. That's when things really turned around. The Cardinals had put it to 4. From there on, the Boilermakers did not look back and steamed away with this one.
And we're going to take it to yet another quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Ball State Volleyball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to our conditioning, our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
The best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information. This can all be found at ballstatesportslink.com. We head into the second set. Purdue with a 1-0 lead, a 25-17 first set in favor of the Boilermakers. The big story here, Kenna Woolard, 11 kills for the Boilermakers. I know easier said than done, LJ. How can you even get close to containing her?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Cardinals to do so. And it's also hard because if you completely focus on her, then, well, you got a whole lot of other talented players that you have to watch out for. So I don't think it's necessarily focusing on containing her. It's just controlling what you can control, because she's going to play really good volleyball no matter how much you throw at her. And so, with that being said, I think the Cardinals need to focus on just the sloppy errors that weren't necessarily a huge factor in why they lost set number 1. But if that was probably 3 or 4 points that you just don't want to give up. It's maybe a bad pass to lead where you just have to hit it over and you don't have an opportunity to get a real shot at scoring. And so I'm curious to see if they come out a little more sloppy or if they tighten things up. I also think that sloppy play could be due to, well, they played 5 sets yesterday.
Yes. I don't know how they're doing it, and the fact that they have to do it again tomorrow against Eastern Kentucky. Eastern Kentucky, they took on Cincinnati right before this matchup here at Worthen Arena. Fans piled in to watch a Cincinnati victory yet again. Again, that team, they are tough, and Ball State took them to 5. Let's see what the rest of the night has in store here with Purdue with a 1-0 lead. As we're just getting started with the second set, Ball State on the right side of the TerraFlex court in its second season in use. Purdue on the left side of the court. Ryan McAleer, she comes in for Purdue. She checks in for Bianca Lulich before we even get started. We start now with Taylor Anderson, the setter for the Boilermakers, going left to right. Across we go, just over the net. Green the setup. Back behind Tyler. It's stonewalled by Charles. Cardinals tried to get it. Couldn't quite do it. But Purdue with the point, 1-0.
That's a rare sight right there, Roen, seeing a stuff after a back row swing from Carson Tyler. I don't know if you'll see that anymore this season.
Now Anderson. Back across tabling. Green in reverse to the far side. Wise gets a tip on it, out of play, far end. Ball State with the point, 1-1 in the second set. Riley Whitlock just checked in for Elizabeth Tapling. And now Lindsey Green for Ball State. Serves across in a 1-1 second set so far. Anderson on one knee, a free ball by the Boilermakers. Far side, Whitlock on a spike. It's dug up that time. Once again, over to Ball State's end. The far side set for Whitlock. Far too long. Back line gets through, however, for Ball State. How about that for Riley Whitlock?
Cardinals take their first lead of the evening here in set number 2. A strong start.
They came out firing on all cylinders. Anderson. Back to Ball State on their end. The tap from Wise. Does it get down? Saved that time by the Boilermakers. That time Woolard. Back behind Tyler with a soft tap. It's collected by Heaney. Anderson. Heaney on the near side. Whitlock with the touch. Green. Tyler. Blocked in the net. Ball State back with it. Back over that time. It was Heaney. Charles over the Ball State's end. Far side Whitlock. Quick tap. Far side still in the air. Too many touches. Ball State has the point, 3-1.
That back set right there cannot go underappreciated. The spot on that and the soft touch barely gets it over the net, and the Cardinals look real nice, but how much longer will they be able to last with these long rallies?
Woolard just sent it over on Ball State's end. Wise on the other side couldn't get there. Heaney near side touch. She's blocked at the net. Green to Wise. The spike gets through on the back line. Cameron Wise makes it 4-1 Ball State. Don't look now, but the Cardinals in set number 2, they're firing. Third kill for Cameron Wise right there. Taylor Anderson sets up. Woolard too far off of a Cardinal and Sophie Ledbetter and out of play. Makes it 4-2. Still in favor of Ball State. Kenna Woolard, what a day she's had. 11 kills. Goes back across. Too long, and that's a service error. 5-2 Ball State. LJ, how about this second set for the Cardinals?
They've looked real strong. There's no other way to put it. They are playing with a lot of confidence, and really, what do they have to lose in this one?
Woolard, Anderson, Charles the spike, that's too much for Wise. Dior Charles climbing the ladder to make it 5-3, still in favor of Ball State in the second set. Purdue took set number 1. Ryan McLear, the serve of the cross for the Boilermakers. The libero going left to right. Green in reverse, Whitlock spike. It's dug up by McLear. Anderson to the far side. Anderson, she's blocked at the net. Point goes to Purdue as it was out of bounds on the far side. Again, that's the worry. I was going to bring it up with, if you try to contain Kenna Woolard, you'll have to worry about Akasha Anderson, another strong outside hitter, former All-SEC team member. Van Ort, one touch. Green, spike from Wise, off of Woolard, out of play on Ball State's end. So the Cardinals get the point. 6-4.
They're playing really strong right now, Roen. Very strong on the offense and defensive side. They're not rattled, and they're using this momentum that the crowd's giving them.
McLear has to dive for it. Anderson with a soft tap, backside, it gets through. The kill right there for Akasha Anderson, former Michigan State Spartan, Auburn Tiger. Still 6-5 in favor of Ball State. Gracini with the left hand goes across. It is far too long. Ball State with the point. Another service error. That's the 4th on the day for Purdue. Elizabeth Tabling will serve it across for Ball State near side. Here we go, and that's a service error, that time on the Cardinals to make it 7-6.
Trading back and forth.
Back and forth mistakes on really both ends.
Yeah.
Two teams that have overall this season looked pretty polished. Julia Kane to serve it up, the junior defensive specialist for Purdue. Soft tap, touched by Tabling. Green to the near side. Tyler with a quick tap. Heaney's able to get there. McLear a dig. Woolard a free ball. Green, the second touch. Tyler's blocked. Ledbetter the dig. Lulich, backside. Does it get through? It goes to Ball State. It was out of bounds. How about that?
Yeah, here comes the green challenge card. I figured, and that one I do have a opinion on. I don't know if it'll be a right opinion, but I think head coach Dave Shondell will be 3 for 3 after this challenge.
LJ's on the team of honesty today. He's not a Ball State Cardinal. He is on the team of honesty, which, hey, I appreciate. So as it stands, it's 8-6 Ball State in the second set. They trail 1-0. But again, this could be huge because just like that could tie this set at 7-7.
Even just getting a set in a match like this is so momentum moving, especially being at home where there's a very respectable crowd here on a Friday night. Differences can be made, and this could be a match that shifts the whole season for the Cardinals.
It really can. I mean, the Marquette match certainly felt like that. I mean, to go into an atmosphere like Marquette and win there, and that's a team, again, I mean, you may look at them, Power 4, Power 5, you might not think much of it. This is a team in Marquette that's consistently top 25 ranked over the past decade. And Ball State went into their house and won. I think it shows that this team, you can never really doubt them.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Roen. The Cardinals are very good. They've played some really tough and long matches. They've won some, they've lost some. But nevertheless, there's a lot of opportunity for this Cardinals team here tonight at home.
Plenty of opportunities. They're still looking at this. On that far side, Bianca Lulich with the spike. They're arguing whether it was out of play or not. I think we're just about to get a review. Bianca Lulich, the former Miami Hurricane, hasn't played all season. Shondell, he said on Dig City this week that she will get playing time this weekend, and he was right here at Worthen Arena. The official call on the court, and it goes to Ball State. How about this? 2 for 3 Shondell is now. It stands 8-6.
It's a big call. It's a big one for the Cardinals.
Ball
continuing
don't lie.
the momentum. Yeah.
It says that on the scoreboard. Ball State back across with Carson Tyler to serve. Anderson catches the Cardinals sleeping. The setter looking for a pop-up, instead goes down herself to make it 8-7.
One of my favorite moves in volleyball, for sure, when the setter is sly and just gets it over themselves. Don't want to overuse it, but when it's time, it's utilized in a phenomenal way, and that's what the Boilermakers just did.
Lindsey Green in reverse, and the kill on the far side, Gwen Cruel. Ball State responds perfectly, making it 9-7 in their favor in the second set.
It's good chemistry there from the Cardinals. The Boilermakers were just really slow to react on that one, and the Cardinals took advantage.
Cruel back across for Ball State. Too long on it, goes to Purdue. McAleer was in position, but doesn't have to do anything. It's 9-8 Cardinals.
Those are the points that I was talking about heading into this match. You just can't have that kind of a service error. That's not ideal. Bringing it back within one when you had an opportunity to make a play.
Anderson, quick touch to Tyler. Green slides. Near side, Van Oort couldn't get anything down. Anderson, Heaney blocked at the net. Back to the Boilermakers. McAleer serves it up for Heaney. Ball State dug up by Tabling. Ledbetter the second touch. Spike from Van Oort, unable to go down. Far side, Woolard. It's collected by Tyler. Free ball from Green on the other side. Can't get down. Another effort from Woolard. Out of play, far side. Ball State with the point. They make it 10-8 in their favor in the second set.
These have been some long points to start off set number two. We're only a combined 18 points in, and this one's felt a lot longer. The Cardinals are really battling.
Green, Heaney, Anderson, reverse. Charles, it's blocked by Van Oort. Back over, a free ball to Ball State, handled by Ledbetter. Tyler, over to Kane. Anderson, far side, the tap from Wooler. Does it get down? It does. A deflection off of the net for Ball State. The save attempt right there couldn't get down quite enough for the Cardinals. It's now 10-9.
Yeah, there were three Cardinals that were underneath the ball and could not get it up. That's it's another point that you're going to look back on and film and want that one back.
Sienna Foster to serve for Purdue. Purdue gets it right back over. Grace Heaney right on the front of the net is able to get it down. All in all, 2 touches on that possession combined for either team to make it 10-10.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal spot right there. Just a high IQ volleyball play.
Lindsey Green to set up middle of the court. Whitlock out of bounds far side, however, touched by a Boilermaker. Goes to Ball State. 11-10 now in the second set for the Cardinals.
It's a phenomenal swing she has on her. A lot of length that she utilizes to her advantage and the Cardinals' advantage as they regain the lead.
Noelle Van Oort going right to left for Ball State. Serves it away. Anderson, the bump, the setup, the heave. Woolard down, gets in for Purdue. Kenna Woolard makes it 11-11. How about that? That's going to be her 14th kill of the evening.
It's an impressive start to the game.
McAleer, left to right she goes for Purdue. Tyler one touch, Green the second. In reverse to Whitlock on the far side. Ricochets off the net, handled by Anderson. Here's a tap of her own, dug up that time by Green. Whitlock, big spike, gets rejected by the net that time. Purdue gets the point. They have their first lead of the second set, 12-11.
Whitlock just a little off on that whole offensive possession. Left her tap short early, then that one gets denied by the net.
McAleer to serve again for the Boilermakers. Ledbetter, Green, Whitlock, dug up by McAleer. And a whistle is blown. Goes to Ball State. It was out of bounds on that. So now 12-12, the Cardinals have tied it right back up. Sophie Ledbetter, Woolard handles it. Anderson to Heaney on the near side. Touched by a Cardinal, though. Green up the middle. Van Oort couldn't get it. Back in reverse. Woolard. Ball State with a touch from Tyler. Green the heave. Cruel the touch. Does it get it on the near side? No, just out of play. Boilermakers get the point. 13-12 now. They take the lead back in the second set.
That's a real brave one to sit there and watch, because if you get that wrong, it's one that no one, your teammates and especially your coaches, are going to like, and they're going to make sure you hear about it.
Grace Heaney with a serve and just ricochets off the front of the net. That's a Ball State point. Another service error for Purdue, their 5th on the match. Elizabeth Tabling from Edgewood, Kentucky. St. Henry High School. In a 13-13 match, Heaney 1 touch. Anderson, the far side. Anderson, the spike goes off of Van Oort and out of play on the backside for a Purdue point.
A long soaring set right there, but man, it was just perfect. Came over with a lot of speed and good height to get over the Cardinals' block. Very well execution from the Boilermaker offense.
14-13 in favor of Purdue. Here's Julia Kane to go left to right. Green sends it over, but Purdue wakes up. Far side, Woolard, big spike and down. 15-13, Purdue has awoken in the second set, and Kenna Woolard has her 15th kill. We go to a media timeout as Purdue leads 15-13 over Ball State in set number 2. Purdue took set number 1. We'll be right back. You're listening to Ball State Sports Link on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
From Trivia Night at Brothers and Tater Tots at Roots.
Never miss a Ball State game with SportsLink Digital.
During the intermission, we saw photos of Kelli Miller-Phillips, head coach of the Ball State Cardinals, on the Jumbotron during her playing days as a Purdue Boilermaker, sparking some memories as it's in the second set in a 15-13 Purdue lead. Boilermakers took set number 1. Julia Kane going left to right. Across they go. Green back in reverse. Cruel gets over. Ball State the kill. Makes it a 1-point set.
That was phenomenal execution out of the media timeout from the Cardinals. A tough one to get underneath. Dug it up, and then the set and the slide. Perfect.
Anderson, the setup. Heaney climbs the ladder. It sneaks out on that near side in that corner, the bottom right. We are now knotted up at 15 in set number 2. Carson Tyler will serve it away for Ball State. The touch from Kane. Anderson dishes across. Woolard far too long, but it's off of the hand of a Ball State Cardinal, so Purdue gets the point, 16-15. And I guess a serving specialist at this point for Purdue, Rachel Williams, 4 service aces on the year in her limited playing time. On the left side of the court they work. Tabling to Green, back towards Cruel on the far side, dug up by Heaney. Woolard, it's blocked up front by the Cardinals. Anderson, they tried again with Woolard on the far side. It's pushed out of bounds by the Cardinals, so Purdue makes it 17-15 in their favor.
Roen, I saw that you said that Rachel Williams is a big Ravens fan, Baltimore Ravens fan.
Yes.
How'd you dig that one up?
No comment on that. Left to right they go. Tabling, slides, Green in reverse. Cruel picked up by Kane. Has an opportunity. Woolard, it's touched down on a Cardinal right there, that being Van Oort. So Purdue makes it 18-15 over Ball State. Rachel Williams, like he said, Baltimore Ravens fan. Left to right they go. Tyler to the near side. She's blocked up front, that being Van Oort, but it's out of play, so Ball State gets the point off of the reflection, 18-16. Purdue subbing back in their libero and Ryan McAleer. And Gwen Kroll to serve it across right to left for the Ball State Cardinals. Anderson, she tries to go over again, the setter. Getting it down, 19-16, her second kill.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say I saw that coming because there's no proof that I did, but it was wide open. Great execution.
Taylor Anderson to serve again. Lindsey Green back towards the middle. Carson Tyler goes off of Julia Kane. Too much mustard on that one. Gives Ball State the point. 19-17, still in Purdue's favor in the second set.
The Cardinals are hanging in here.
They really are. Ball State really holding their own against the 11th ranked team in the country, the Purdue Boilermakers. Lindsey Green to serve for the Cardinals, right to left. Goes too long, however, and it's a point for Purdue. Ryan McAleer was in position again, but Lindsey Green goes too long. It's 20-17 for Purdue.
Another close one to let go. But 2 for 2, the Boilermakers defense is.
Kenna Woolard to Ledbetter for Ball State. Green in reverse, goes over the net. Ball State catches Purdue sleeping. Lindsey Green with her 18th kill on the season. Cuts Purdue's lead down to 2, 20-18. Van Oort, the serve. Anderson, the near side. Heaney, it's tipped by the Cardinals. McAleer, far side. Anderson, once again tipped by Ball State. The third touch, it's the Cardinals with Tyler. It's rejected at the net, and Purdue gets the point. 21-18 for the Boilermakers. McAleer, yet to have a service ace on the year. She goes across. Van Oort for one. Wise is rejected at the net. Green gets it back for Ball State. Tyler has it rejected. A free ball for Lindsey Green. Set up from Anderson. Lulich goes too long. Ball State back with it. Wise with a quick tap. Lulich again. Ball State Cardinals still controlling the near side. Tyler has it stuffed down, but it's out of play on the near side. Cardinals get the point, making it 21-19. Purdue with the lead in the second set. Sophie Ledbetter. Across she goes for Ball State. A diving effort that time from Woolard. Heaney gets down for Purdue. Grace Heaney, have a day. Her 7th kill, 22-19 Purdue.
Grace Heaney's had that placement just perfect, right in between the two arms of the two defenders. Barely enough room for the ball to get through.
Green puts it out in front. Whitlock, way too much on that, and it's out of play far side. That was all black on the Terraflex court where that ball landed. 23-19 in favor of Purdue, and a timeout called by Ball State by Kelli Miller Phillips. Now, LJ, you find yourself down in this second set, and if you lose this, your back is really against the wall, down 2-0 going into a third set. What do you think Kelli Miller Phillips is telling her players?
Well, you have to leave it all on the court, obviously. She's given them some encouragement, but also just to remind them, they're only down 4 right now. There's plenty of volleyball left in this set to be played. They're playing against the 11th best team in the country. I think you need to go back to your roots, get back to your fundamentals, and just regain your focus. They were so dialed in. No matter how long the rally was, they were locked in and playing and playing. They were able to score off a lot of long rallies. And ever since the media timeout, they really haven't. They were down by 4. They brought it back to 2, and now they're back down by 4. 23-19, that's a tough spot to be in, but you're not out of it. The Cardinals and the Boilermakers going back and forth until the media timeout. From then on, the Cardinals have really just been dangling on by a thread.
I think now is the perfect time, though, to bring up some of the matchup history. Purdue leads the all-time series against Ball State 15-0. This is a match that has never gone to 5 sets between these two teams, their last match being in 2022. Purdue has won the last 13 sets, and they've swept the last 3 matches. Ball State looks to break that streak. Purdue looks to make that streak 14 as they lead 23-19 in set number 2. Grace Heaney going left to right for the Boilermakers. One touch led better for Ball State. Green in reverse, Cruel to spike, unable to be handled by Purdue. Ball State with the point, cuts it down to 3. How about Gwen Kroll getting her 5th kill? Elizabeth Tabling will serve it across for Ball State. Heaney, Anderson tries to go back over. They do get the point. That's the 3rd kill for the setter. Taylor Anderson tried to heave it up, instead goes down with it.
I mean, the Cardinals are leaving it wide open. Why would she not continue to go back to it? It's been working all evening.
This is set point for Purdue, 24-20 in set number 2. Tyler, Green, Cruel, collected by Heaney on the dig. Far side, back to Woland. Diving for it, Heaney, she's able to get it. Free ball by Kane. How about that effort? Far side, Cruel with the spike, but it does not matter. The point goes to Ball State. Gwen Kroll, back-to-back kills.
Grace Heaney left it all on the floor right there, sliding in to the scores desk. But the Cardinals stay alive.
24-21, that goes too long, and Purdue has won set number 2. Carson Tyler with a service error. So Ball State going into set number 3. Their backs are against the wall. What can they do to finally come out firing in this 3rd set?
Man, Roen, I don't know if there's much of an answer other than just regroup and recenter your focus. That's not the way you wanted to end that set. It really isn't. A service error to end is never a good sign. And the Cardinals just gave it right to the Boilermakers in a set where they were in control for the first half of it. The Boilermakers were the one hanging around, but it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish, and the Boilermakers made that an emphasis at the end of set number 2 and a good win.
Yeah, so we have a quick intermission here, about 4 minutes until we start the 3rd set. We'll be right back. You're listening to Ball State Volleyball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State Sports with SportsLink Digital.
This broadcast is produced by the students of Ball State SportsLink and presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. For your next new owned or pre-owned vehicle, drop by the showroom at the center of McGalliard and Morrison Roads in Muncie, or visit victorymuncie.com. We're in the third set now. Ball State and Purdue getting ready to get started. Purdue 2-0 they lead, looking for a sweep over the Cardinals. Ball State looking to avoid their third sweep of the year and to fall 4-7. Purdue looking to advance to 8-1 and extend what would be a 16-match winning streak over Ball State in the team history.
Yeah, it's quite impressive. 16 straight against anyone is impressive. But it's not like the Cardinals are someone that the Boilermakers are just beating up on. It's very competitive. Set number 1, I wouldn't go to say very competitive, but set number 2 was absolutely phenomenal volleyball on both sides of the net. The Cardinals unable to come out with the win in set number 2. Boilermakers are just a really strong team, and that's if you're down and you're able to come back in an environment like this, that shows the strength that you have as a team, the depth that you have as a team. And that's what's been put on display from head coach Dave Shondell, the Muncie local, or as some say, the Mocals.
Ooh, the Mocal. I don't know how he feels about that label, but regardless of that, how about Grace Heaney today, the redshirt sophomore for Purdue? 7 kills, but 10 digs. What I find interesting, Shondell was saying on a podcast this week, he was saying she kind of struggled to hit the ball with pace during the spring practices, coming off of a surgery, coming off of an injury. Now, Heaney, she's hitting the ball really better than ever, especially today.
Yeah, Heaney's been absolutely phenomenal. Against SMU, she had 19 kills, 2 errors on 33 swings, plus 12 digs, add 4 blocks to that, and the winning ace. She's turning up against the best opponent they've played so far this year. She turned up, against the best opponent they've played this year. And she's playing real well here in Muncie, Indiana tonight.
Yeah, Dave Shondell, he was saying that she has such great range, and she doesn't really thunder the ball, but she really doesn't need to when you have all that range and you can really play anywhere on the floor. Ball State will serve it across. They're on the left side of the court, Purdue on the right end. Sophie Ledbetter will serve for Ball State. The sophomore libero serves it across. We're underway for set number 3. Purdue looks to finish the job. Anderson looks for her 3rd kill, couldn't get it. Carson Tyler, back line collected by McClacklier. Near side, back line gets down for Purdue. The kill that time for the Boilermakers and Natalie Moravec.
Well, it looked like Taylor tried to get it again, but the Cardinals were finally ready for it. Green steps in, but the Boilermakers able to finish that one off and be the first to score in set number 3.
In reverse, Gwen Krull for Ball State, dug up by Heaney again. McLear, the free ball. Anderson, backside and sneaks in.
Wow,
that is insane. The 4th kill for Taylor Anderson, the setter, but that time she does it on the back line in that bottom left corner. 2-0 Purdue in the 3rd set. You can't teach that. Julia Kane, Tyler the first touch. Green, back behind Whitlock. Far side, it goes to Purdue out of bounds.
Yeah, but another close one. The Cardinals tried to get one of their own where it just sneaks in a sweet spot. That's a tough thing to do, and they were unable to do so there. The Boilermakers are hot in set number 3.
Purdue dominating 3-0 in set number 3. Green, back behind the Gwen Krull, dug up by Heaney, her 12th dig. Near side, Woland, too far, goes to Purdue off of the deflection of a Cardinal, however. 4-0 in favor of these Boilermakers. Kelli Miller-Phillips, she's seen enough. She calls timeout for Ball State. Purdue, what has changed coming out of that 5-minute intermission where Ball State was really competing in the 2nd set, but now Purdue, it's all Boilermakers.
Well, they're just playing really well, and the balls that have been hit towards them, they've been in the right spot at the right time, and that's part of it. Just knowing where the Cardinals are going to hit and positioning yourself in a way to where you set your team up for success. That's what they're doing, and it's very obvious. The defense has been smooth. Obviously, they haven't let anything up. The Cardinals still with a goose egg on the scoreboard. the Boilermakers taking advantage and then just high volleyball IQ plays in order to get their points, whether it be a lofty ball that skies towards the back or a powerful swing on the outside. Doesn't really matter. Everything's clicking for them right now.
LJ, even though we're in the third set and there's room for more, sure, Ball State has their backs against the wall right now, down 2-0, 4-0 in this set. They just played a grueling 5-set match against Cincinnati, and it feels the same way here with Purdue, even though it's only 3 sets. The Cardinals playing very physical, playing very fast. They got to do this again tomorrow night against Eastern Kentucky. That's never easy.
Man, 3 days in a row against 3 really good teams, especially here in the middle. You're playing the 11th best team in the country, arguably even better than that, but that's just where they're put at right now. It's a tough spot to be in, but that's what you want as a non-conference schedule. You want to be tested in ways that you won't in your conference.
Purdue serves across right to left. Anderson with the touch for the Boilermakers goes off of Ball State on the far side, Lindsey Green, so it's 5-0 Purdue. Ball State, they do make a substitution for the first time today. It's the South Alabama transfer, Kristen Ashby.
She did not play in yesterday's match either. So her first time on the court this weekend.
Green the set, the far side, Tyler off of the net and blocked by Purdue. That time it was Lulich. Boilermakers make it 6-0. It is all Purdue. Look at those bench celebrations for Purdue on the right side, that right bench. Kane, right to left. Van Oort the touch. Green in reverse. Ashby an opportunity. Dug up by Heaney, but out of play. Far side. Ball State with the point. Kristen Ashby getting the job done for the first point in set number 3 for Ball State.
That one was called by Kelli Miller-Phillips. Some communication before the serve with her setter. Knew right where that one was going, and it was placed well.
Now tabling. Lulich a tap. Anderson near side. Climbing the ladder is Wolin. Dug up that time by Ledbetter. That time Van Oort, however, tried to go for the kill, but it goes off of the net, grazing. Makes it 7-1.
What a dig. I mean, just laying on your stomach, really diving out there, getting your hand underneath the ball. That's impressive stuff.
It really is now Purdue right to left, they work. Lindsey Green, the heave on the far side. Tyler, the spike, it's collected by Kane. Near side, a tap from Woland, out of play, near side. Ball State the point. 7-2 in favor of Purdue in the third set. Boilermakers hope this is closing time as they lead 2-0. Carson Tyler, left to right, she serves as across for Ball State. McLear, the give, the far side. Jordan tucks in. How about that for Purdue? So 8-2 now. Taylor Anderson, right to left, tabling the first touch. Green in reverse. Cruel back and rejected. Kenna Woolard. 9-2 Boilermakers.
Yeah, they were ready for that slide action. That was not even close. Sent an extra blocker just in case, and, well, worked out in the Boilermakers' favor.
That's her 13th block of the season, that being Kenna Woolard. Anderson the give. Diving effort. Tyler sends it the other way. Anderson back behind Heaney. It's blocked up front by Noelle Van Oort. Ball State the point, 9-3.
That was a great block. Got her hands up just in time, right position, and brings it straight down along the net.
9-3 now in the third set. Purdue still in favor. Anderson back behind. Charles collected by tabling on the far sideline. Back behind Tyler, ricochets off the net. Purdue keeping it alive. McLear the setup. Near side, Woolard gets past tabling. The point for Purdue. 10-3. Boilermakers dominating in set 3.
That pass was just phenomenal. The back set skies right where they needed it. That was just great volleyball.
Kenna Woolard, the service error. And then, like you said, things kind of go the opposite direction. But Ball State now with 4 on the board in set 3. Lindsey Green, left to right, they work for Ball State. barely goes over the net. Anderson the setup. Charles has it sent back by Wise. Cardinals the point.
Miscommunication, bad timing from the Boilermakers results in a block and a point for the Cardinals.
Now Green. Anderson to the near side. The spike up by Moravich. Not enough. Back behind. Ball State has the free ball with Ledbetter. McLear. Anderson. Moravich sneaks in. How about that? Purdue with the point, 11-5. That being Natalie Moravich, the Iowa Hawkeye transfer. Ryan McLear on to serve for Purdue. Across they go. Tyler one touch. Green. Ashby the third. Can't finish it. McLear one. Moravich couldn't get it. Ball State, they reset with Ledbetter for one. Back is Tyler. She's stonewalled at the wall and then back behind out of bounds on the far side. The ricochet, so Ball State does get the point. It's 11-6 Purdue in set number 3.
A great set there from Ledbetter in the back row and a nice touch.
Carson Tyler across. Anderson to the near side. Moravich. It's tipped by Wise. Ball State resets. Ledbetter the far side. Tyler the attack. Tipped by the Boilermakers. Ledbetter again. Here's the shot for Van Oort. Way too long. Out of bounds on the back line. 12-6. Purdue is doubling up on Ball State.
Cardinals were looking for a touch right there. And I think that's also what Van Oort wanted. Just left it a little bit too high, and that one soars out.
Grace Heaney for Purdue going right to left on your radio dial. Ledbetter the first touch for Ball State. Wise up front, gets tipped. Ashby back with it for Ball State, and how about that? The graduate student Kristen Ashby with the kill. Cuts it down to 5. Now Sophie Ledbetter. Serve it across. Ricochets off the top of the web. Has one touch. Van Oort. Here's a third from Tyler. Gets through off of a Boilermaker into the middle of the floor. Ball State cuts it down to 4.
That's a really tough spot to swing from. Carson Tyler just making it happening over there, way off the net. And she still gets there, brings it along, and gets the Cardinals a point.
Woolard out of nowhere gets there for Purdue, but Ball State recovers. Green free balls it over. McLear one touch. Back behind Woolard, the spike. Ball State handles it. Does it go over the net? No, it just goes under for Ball State. That third touch would have been magnificent if they could get it over diving, but instead Purdue a 13-8 advantage.
Sophie Ledbetter laying it all out here on the court, diving left and right. After a not as strong performance yesterday against the Bearcats, she has come out giving it her all today against the Boilermakers.
Julia Kane, the defensive specialist, works for Purdue. Tyler for one. Green for second. Ashby the third. Can't finish it. McLear for one. Woolard is rejected. What a dig that time for Green. Purdue has it. Near side, Woolard the tap. Green once again responds. Ledbetter back behind. Tyler a tap. Does it get down? Yes, it does. Carson Tyler the kill, cuts it down to 4. 13-9 in favor of Purdue.
An impressive run here from the Cardinals. Not necessarily dominating, but they were down 7-1 at one point. They are creeping their way back into this one, down by 4, 13-9 here in the third.
Yeah, what a response. McLear had trouble handling that one for Purdue. Woolard, too much mustard on it, but it's off of a Ball State Cardinal, so Purdue does get the point, 14-9 in set number 3.
Yeah, if you're measuring that with mustard, I mean, it is all over the place. It is dripping onto the floor. That one had a lot on it.
It was honey mustard as well. You already know, very strong. Williams right to left. Tyler to Green, sends it over, can't get down. Purdue is ready for it. Ledbetter, Green, Cruel on the near side, sent back on the back line, goes the Ball State out of bounds. 14-10, Cardinals cut it back down to 4. Here we go. The dish from Anderson. Charles touched by Novick. Back over, controlled by Heaney. Anderson to the near side. Woland is rejected at the net. Back again with Woland. Tabling sends it up to the Jumbotron. It's out of play. Purdue gets it. Man, Elizabeth Tabling, so much strength on that to send it all the way up to the big screen.
Yeah, that happened twice yesterday in the Cincinnati game where it had hit the big screen. Not necessarily super uncommon in volleyball, especially when you have big hitters like the Boilermakers and the Cardinals.
Gwen Krull with a quick tap, gets down, but on what side? It goes on Ball State's end for a point. Gwen Krull. 15-11 Purdue, the advantage. Remember, Ball State trailed 6-0 at the beginning of this third set. They've cut it down to 4. McAleer struggles. Wise was ready for Ball State at the net to get it down. Within 3 now. Gwen Krull will once again serve it across for Ball State. Here we go, McAleer. The touch and go. Anderson, the touch from Woolard, near side. It's out of play. Ball State has it within 2, 15-13. Timeout called this time by Dave Shondell and the Purdue Boilermakers. Worthen Arena is going wild for these Cardinals.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Worthen Arena erupts, the band plays, and the Cardinals are back in this one. They are hanging in there.
They really are. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Ball State Volleyball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to like our conditioning, like our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
The best stories in Ball State sports, our latest videos, and SportsLink program information. This can all be found at ballstatesportslink.com. We're in the third set. Purdue leads 15-13 over Ball State. Cardinals with possession going left to right with Gwen Krull. Purdue looks to finish it here in set number 3. They lead 2-0. McAleer, the first touch. Far side, Woolard can't get it down. However, it's out of bounds off of Lindsey Green of the Cardinals on the near side. So Purdue extends their lead to 3. A barrage of changes. Natalie Moravec coming in, and also a new server in Sienna Foster for Purdue. Boilermakers work right to left on your radio dial. Foster now tabling the touch. Green puts it in reverse. Wise with the spike, can't get down. McAleer, the setup. Heaney gets there as tabling for Ball State. Tyler, open driving lane, can't get it down. McAleer heaves it up. Heaney rejected at the net, but gets down for the front end. And Purdue coming out of the timeout with 2 straight points. 17-13 they lead. And they are 8 points away from winning this match.
They came out of that timeout with a lot of fire, and it's showing.
Green back in reverse to Wise. Goes off that time of Sienna Foster and out of play on the back line. Ball State cuts it back within 3.
Cardinals needed a point bad. They could not allow the Boilermakers to go on a real run here, keeping themselves in this one, only down 3.
Lindsey Green, she's in to serve. Over the net, McAleer dives for it. Near side, more of it, can't get it down. Green the setup, the heave on the far side. Noel unable to get it. Far side, Heaney, quick tap. Wise free balls it over. Green back in reverse, back to Wise, set back at the net. Purdue strong there with Grace Heaney, making it 18-15. Green in front of the net is service error. Purdue with the point, make it 19. They say 18-15 on the scoreboard, but here we go, right to left. Now Tyler to Green. Ashby up front to save that time from McAleer. Lulich misses it all, but she's somehow able to get it over for a Purdue point. It looked like nobody even touched it. So now it's 19-15 Purdue.
I wonder if that was on purpose. You never know.
I don't think you can draw that up.
That'd be impressive.
I mean, Dave Shondell, he does some genius things, but that one may be above his pay grade. Ryan McAleer for Purdue to serve in a 4-point lead. Purdue 6 points away from winning this set and winning the match. Here we go. Tyler for one. Green the second. The far side. Van Oort sneaks past on the far side out of bounds. Purdue has it within 5 now of winning. It's 20-15. Ball State calls a timeout. Kelli Miller Phillips. The Cardinals coming out of that timeout, only putting up 1 on the board. What do you think's going on here?
Well, they needed to call a timeout. That was very smart. Go ahead and get ahead and call that timeout. 20-15 right now. You did not want to let them get any closer to that 25 mark. Calling a timeout now allows you to reset, regain your focus, and now give yourself an opportunity. Down 5 is not the end of the world. They've been here. They've come back from situations like this before. The Cardinals are not out of it. And if you're the Boilermakers, you got to come out of this timeout with a lot of confidence and ready to just continue the momentum. They started off on fire, and then the Cardinals brought this one back. Now the Boilermakers, since that timeout that they called, have stretched their lead. They're looking to expand on that.
But there is no denying Purdue. They smell blood in the water right now. 5 points away from a sweep. It would be their 16th win in a row over Ball State. Also, it would be their 4th sweep in a row over the Cardinals, and 15 sets in a row won, I should say. So, man, a lot riding here. We got the Sweet Caroline, the flashlights as well. I mean, come on, I have to get in on this. There we go. LJ, no?
Yeah, no, I'm hopping in.
Yeah, come on. There you go.
You've got to.
We were a little late to the party, but might as well.
Never hurt.
Yeah, never hurt. Ryan McAleer serving right to left for the Boilermakers. Far too long, out of bounds, far side. Ball State has it within 4. Noel Van Oort serves across for the Cardinals. It's a 4-point deficit for him. Over the net it goes. Anderson sets up. Near side, Moravec off of Ledbetter. A rare mistake on her end, going off of the knuckles, and it's 21-16 Purdue.
That's one that she's going to want back and knows that she can get back, just not right there. It's a ball that it's a tough one to get, but one that is expected to be brought up for the Cardinals.
Ledbetter for one. Green the second touch. Tyler the jam far too long on the back line. Purdue now has it within 3. They do give it to Ball State, though, off of the deflection. So now make it 21-17. Sophie Ledbetter. McAleer. Moravec is rejected that time and sent for Ball State's end. Gwen Krull off of McAleer. Back to Tyler. Purdue saving it. Near side, Moravec. And it gets down on the far side. Natalie Moravec the kill. Now Purdue has it within 3. 22-17.
Yeah, that's just great volleyball. I mean, there's nothing the Cardinals could have done. A hard-fought point won by the Boilermakers.
Julia Kane to set up. She goes across right to left. Tyler, back to her from Green on the setup. Goes off of Kane and out of play. Ball State the point. They have it within 4. Another Carson Tyler kill. She now has 12 on the day. Elizabeth Tabling to serve across. Purdue still within 3 of winning this match, but Ball State will not go down without a fight. First tough from Lulich. Near side, Wooler, the spike sent back by Krull. Lulich gets it back, though. Ledbetter, Tyler the tap. Kane receives. Near side, Purdue. Wooler, the diving effort that time from Van Oort. Tyler back line too long. Purdue the point, they're 2 away.
She was looking for that one to get a touch, and it did not. Smart defense from the Boilermakers to read what Tyler was doing and keep their hands low.
Purdue is 2 away from advancing to 8-1 going into a Sunday home matchup against IU Indy. Rachel Williams, right to left. Tyler has to dive for that one. Green dives for the second one, so Ledbetter free balls it. Near side, Woolard, the spike on the back line. It's out of play, so Ball State stays alive. They're within 4, 23-19. Carson Tyler, another serve on. Ball State, their backs really against the wall. McLear for the first touch. Anderson over, gets it. What in the world? Taylor Anderson, the setter with her 6th kill on the day, 24-19. This is match point, LJ. Purdue going right to left, an opportunity to win it here. Anderson, the setter, she has 6 kills today, sends it forward. Off of the net, Ledbetter the deflection. Cruel near side, it's blocked by Woolard. Kane, the second touch. Now Woolard again on the spike, it's blocked by the Cardinals, but out of play. So Purdue wins this one in 3, a clean sweep, 25-19 in the 3rd set.
Yeah, an impressive win here in set number 3 where the Cardinals started to come back, but it was not enough. The Boilermakers show why they're the better team, why they're number 11 in the country. And an impressive win for head coach Dave Shondell and his return to Muncie.
Yeah, happy homecoming to Dave Shondell and the Boilermakers. So how about this? Purdue celebrating right there at midcourt. And we have a nice photo being taken as well with Kelli Miller-Phillips and Dave Shondell. Isn't that perfect? The former Boilermaker. The last time these two teams played here at Worthen Arena, she was a Purdue Boilermaker on his side. They go face-to-face. Shondell, the protege, unable to get the best of the master.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say right there. You said it, Roen. A very impressive win for the Boilermakers. As we near conference play, there's a lot to look forward to for both these teams. Both of them contending and hoping to win their conference. You know, Ball State and the MAC, they preseason number 2, and the Boilermakers, there's no season that they're not looking to win the Big Ten. And so competitive play in both of those. It'll be interesting to see, will both these teams meet later in the season, in the tournament, down the road? That's going to be something to look for. But nevertheless, great crowd here in Muncie, Indiana on this Friday night. And good volleyball. Even though it was in 3, it was very competitive for those last 2 sets.
Everyone filing out. So let's go set by set. Purdue wins 25-17, set number 1, 25-21, and then in the 3rd set, 25-19. So Ball State keeping it relatively close. I mean, you may look, it's a sweep. It's the 3rd time the Cardinals have been swept this year. But then you look at it deeper, they gave Purdue a fight.
They really did, and especially in set number 2. Set number 2 was the one that the Cardinals, if they wanted to win, that was the one. They were in the lead for most of it. They led up and then really down. Something they struggled with was once the Boilers got to 20, the Cardinals never stood a chance. The Cardinals only notching above 20 in that 2nd set where they got to 21, but the others 19 and 17, so unable to get to that 20 mark. Once the Boilermakers did, the Cardinals really looked like they let off the gas and struggled.
So that's it for our Friday night matchup between the Ball State Cardinals and the Purdue Boilermakers. Ball State, they fall 3-0 to Purdue. LJ, who is a player that really stood out to you, I guess on both sides, but mainly for Purdue? So who is a player, I would say, on Purdue's end or Ball State's end that really stood out?
Sorry about that, Roen. Some technical difficulties over here. I couldn't hear what you were saying, but that's a great question because there's a lot to choose from when you look at who played well. Obviously, if you want to go Ball State, you could do the obvious and say, well, Carson Tyler had a good performance. Nothing like yesterday's career high in kills, but she was solid for the Cardinals. But really, I want to look more at Sophie Ledbetter. She was getting on the floor. She was making plays. She was keeping the offense alive for a handful of possessions. And then if you go Purdue, I think there's no other way to go than Taylor Anderson. I mean, she was phenomenal offensively, defensively, making plays where they needed to be made. And she's a big reason why the Cardinals got swept tonight.
Yeah, 43 assists for one thing, but then also 6 kills added on. I mean, she was doing it really all types of ways. I mean, either sneaking it in on the front line, but also that hammer on the back line, free-balling it over. I mean, I don't think that was in the game plan, but hey, it worked out for the Boilermakers.
Yeah, Roen, I think you're exactly right. That's going to be something that the future opponents of the Boilermakers are going to have to watch on film and be ready for, because she is quick.
And your final score here, Purdue 3, Ball State 0. That'll do it for our coverage. Tomorrow, they'll be back on SL Digital Radio with more Ball State volleyball. They host Eastern Kentucky, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. That's it for me, Roen, Elbert, and LJ Shrieve. Final score, Purdue 3, Ball State 0. And good night, Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.